Many levels in this game. Levels in this game. Devils in this game. Devils in this game. Many levels in this game. Levels in this game. Devils in this game. Devils in this game. Many levels in this game. Levels in this game. Devils in this game. Devils in this game. Many levels in this game. Levels in this game. Devils in this game. Devils in this game. Many levels in this game. Levels in this game. Devils in this game. Devils in this game. Many levels in this game. Levels in this game. Devils in this game. Devils in this game. Many levels in this game. Levels in this game. Devils in this game. Devils in this game. Many levels in this game. Levels in this game. Devils in this game. Devils in this game. Many levels in this game. Levels in this game. Devils in this game. Devils in this game. Many levels in this game. Levels in this game. Devils in this game. Devils in this game.
All right. Welcome to the C.A.V.E. Nerds of the RoundTable Discussion, the first of many on the C.A.V.E. platform. And you know, C.A.V.E. stands for comic books, anime, video games, and entertainment. You know, can't see my hands. Yeah, there you go. 4 things. The C.A.V.E. And, you know, the biggest components of nerd culture. Because, you know, back in the day, nerds meant you were, you know, very smart. But now nerds mean you're just into a bunch of hobbyist stuff. And you can be dumb. You know what I'm saying? But not the nerds on this panel, though. We have some intelligent nerds on the panel tonight. And they're going to show you how smart but relatable they are. Because, you know, a lot of times nerds aren't relatable. But these nerds are. And that includes myself, too, I guess. You know, depends on how you can relate to me. Okay, I didn't flesh that one out. All right, let's go ahead and bring the panel on. And, you know, of course, oh, yeah, where's my manners? You know, you see my name at the bottom, but for people who don't know who I am, I'm Jonathan Coleman, some guy named Jay, your master of ceremonies for this evening, your moderator. And, yeah, and I'm going to be the one facilitating the questions and the discussion. And, yeah, all right, enough of me. I'll go back to plugging me later. All right, let's go ahead and bring on our panelists. Starting with Kisha Cox. How you doing?
Hey, Jay, I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing well. Just doing the show, you know. Now, Kisha is the admin, one of the admins of the C.A.V.E. group, the Facebook group that we have for the C.A.V.E. platform. And enough of me telling people about you. You tell people about you. Tell people a little about yourself.
Okay, well, during the week, I'm an oral surgery assistant. And on the weekends, I'm a part-time cashier / whatever for a big box store. And in my free time, yes, I like anime, comic books, video games, normal stuff.
Oh yeah, yes. Anything in particular that you wanna that you like that you want to tell people as far as you know, like any anime you're watching or any kind of movies that you're feeling right now?
Actually, I've done a hard reset with myself. I don't know how many people have actually heard of this anime, but I started rewatching Ranma 1/2 like last week because I have the complete series on DVD plus the OVAs, and I said, let me rewatch this.
Yes. What made you want to go back to it?
Well, I remember watching it a few years ago, and then I saw like a meme on Facebook, and I said, wait a minute, I don't remember that episode. It was just one of those moments.
Oh yeah, I had to go back to see. Wait a minute. Yeah. Now bring on the I hear the echo on your end.
Me?
Yeah, I'm echoing on your end.
Mm.
Yeah. So, or is it? Well, I guess we're gonna find out a bit. So I was gonna see if you can turn your volume down and see if you can still hear what's going on with us. Or
If I mute it, what is?
no, you don't have to mute yourself. Just maybe. Are you on speaker?
Through my phone? Yeah.
Okay, that's probably what it is. See if you could take it off speaker but still hear what's going on. Let's see if that fixes it.
Okay.
Oh yes. Can you hear me? Kisha, I guess not. Kisha, can you? Uh-oh. Kisha hung up, but she'll be back. Let's go ahead and bring on the rest of the panel. Then we'll bring Kisha back. Blaze Belushi, how you doing? Hey, hey.
Good. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing well. Just doing a show. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Thanks for having me on, man.
Oh yes, and thank you for being here. Now tell the people. I know who you are, but some of the people.
I hope so.
Who is it? Aside from being our,
I'm Blaze Belushi. Yeah, well, he said I'm his guest. The diversity hire. I'm the token white boy tonight, but I'm a cartoonist and probably the biggest nerd on the panel. I'm also a rapper. I did an album a few years ago called Tell Your Mom I Said Thanks. Classic, if you can't tell from the name alone.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, check me on Instagram, Facebook, at Blaze Belushi. Cartoons, animal videos, fun stuff.
Definitely. And we're going to connect you to the people as well if they want to do business with you, get some illustrations or, where they can stream the album, stuff like that. We're going to plug that too. Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Before we bring on, let me hurry and bring Kisha back. Kisha.
Hi.
That's a lot better, I think. Let me hear that. Can you hear us? Uh-oh. Okay, well, we'll get her back. Now let's bring on the guest.
Peekaboo.
Mac Nova, how you doing?
I'm just happy to be here. What up, though?
Yes, we doing good. All the way from Detroit with that what up, though. Tell the people a little bit about who you are and what you do.
I'm a hip hop artist from Detroit, Michigan. Currently in a distribution deal with Sony AMG, managed by Glass City Talent and the illustrious Deborah Sue.
Yes. Oh yes. Shout out to Deborah Sue. And I'm bringing we got some new people wanting to join the C.A.V.E group so they can stream from that location. And also, if you are on Twitch, well, I guess if you're looking at it, you already see it. So no matter. I have to tell you how to look at us. But we're also streaming on Twitch too. But for the people who don't know that we have a Twitch channel, you can go to twitch.tv/The Media Blast and check us out. We'll be doing more game streaming, live streaming, all of that on that network through the Media Blast. And pretty much the C.A.V.E is just a subsection of the Media Blast, so we can speak directly to the nerds and the nerd culture people. And Mac Nova, speaking of nerds, Mac Nova, tell them how you're part of this nerd.
I mean, right now we on my PC. It's infected my children. I just pass it along. I have anything from Sonic to Ninja Turtles to Luigi's Mansion. I consume it all. You see my illustration in my backyard, and I hire an illustrator every year to draw me another cover art. I'm just a fan.
Nice.
Dibs on next.
I was about to play.
All right, I already heard your intro. I was all right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I appreciate the title of your album so much.
Oh, thank you. It lives up to the name.
All right. Now we got a lot of things.
Lost Kisha.
Discussion. Kisha's gone, but it's okay. We'll keep it going.
She's doing her Nightcrawler cosplay today. Bam.
If she pops up in a different section of the screen, I'm giving you $5.
Let's see what she likes.
I don't know. I don't know what is going on with my phone. I'm sorry, y'all. It's bugging.
Oh, you froze too. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, she back. Yeah. We got her for good this time.
Definitely. Okay. Oh yes. Shout out to everybody that's listening and viewing in. We're gonna be posting your comments. There's my brother. He's saying hello, guys. Shout out to Christopher Everett Coleman. He's also, of course, a part of my game dev company that we'll be talking about later on. You know, in the show, Coleman Interactive Studios. We're going to release our first video game later this year or early 2024, depending on depending on how quick I can knock it out. I'm already doing 1,000 things, so we'll see. But and then after that, we have more releases. But we'll get into that later on in the program. Let's go on ahead and get into these discussions. Now, I didn't want to talk about anything heavy, but since it's what's going on in the news right now, we might as well just kind of touch on it. The situation with the submarine. And they're saying that everybody on the submarine passed away. They finally located it. Kisha, I'll let you, speak on it if you have anything you want to say about it.
honestly, we were talking about that at work because there is absolutely no way that I mean, my condolences to the families and everything, but there's no way that I'm willing to believe that all those millionaires, billionaires are on a submarine in the middle of the ocean and nobody can find them. Like they don't have any kind of tracking device, location device.
Oh, they
nothing.
They found
it. They found
about 1,600.
Okay.
From the Titanic.
See. But why? You have that much money, you bored? Like, I don't get it. That's just me.
Well, I think when you have that much money, you want to pay for different experiences. If I had that much money, I wouldn't go. So I don't want to go.
I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't go. I'm like, I saw the movie. I know how it ended.
but isn't that the irony that they were rich men who went to see the demise of other rich people doing the same thing? Like if y'all ghosts meet up, they gonna beat you up for doing the same thing. Like your cousin back here, you ain't learned.
Right.
It's
right.
At a personal level, it's one of the most. I can't think of a worse way to go. That's what stops me from joking too much. Like when you think about sitting there in that tube at that moment, I'm okay. I'm gonna pass. Hard pass.
Yeah, because there's no good way to go from down there, because either you drown from the no oxygen or you try to get out, and it's just like space where that pressurization,
like
you hear about with the scuba divers where they black out or...
So that's just like...
Go ahead.
Yeah, they said it was catastrophic explosion. So like if you like to heat up an aluminum can and like put it in a can in some ice, it would just, so hopefully it was an instant thing, but no.
Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate. I wouldn't. Let's try. Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
And you saw the controller, right? You saw the controller.
I didn't see the controller, but I saw the memes where they said it looked like it's a little joystick or something.
Listen, we won't even use that controller for Steam.
Oh.
$23.99.
It's crazy how much of that heavy machinery still uses, the equivalent of like 3 push buttons and like a lever switch. And it's like, I hope this is still wired right.
For $250,000 a piece, I would have requested a GPS.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Underwater drone to guide it.
See, now you're asking for too much.
I mean, if they got the money to go under already.
I would assume that they only took what they could, you know, like a space mission. You only take what you can because of weight or whatnot. But it just seems that that's a lot. Those are some very rich people, but they went against regulations. Nobody approved it. No government said it was okay. So it's like, what can you do but hold tight?
Yeah, so they were just doing it just to be doing it.
Yeah.
Mm.
We might be too poor to understand.
Yeah, I definitely am then.
Oh yeah. Well, before we go on to the next topic, I would say now I know you know this is a talk show, so we're going to be loose with it. But I actually didn't care for a lot of the joking commentary that I saw people making. You know, but not just the joking. I mean, you know, people, you know, they joke about everything. But the thing I didn't particularly feel it's this this eat the rich kind of attitude.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that.
Mm.
Yeah, this oh, that's what
Wasn't
they
it?
get for money. You know, I mean, that's not the way to look at it. But what are your opinions on that? Anybody can take it. Whoever wants to speak.
Oh, I'll take it. All right, this I'll play devil's advocate. Let's say your cousin who lives in the inner city gets gunned down and you know, something that he doesn't deserve. When that runs across the news and they're watching TV, what do you believe their reaction is? I'm not justifying either way, but I believe the same amount of care is probably they have as the people out here. The difference is I just don't where I believe it's too far is when you come to a point where it feels ugly to you, and that's a personal decision.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, Blaze, Kisha.
All right. Yeah, I think humor all matters with intent, and when there's a clear lack of any empathy or compassion or just labeling as the other, that's when it really starts to take the dark turn. But I mean, like, if I was watching somebody in a stand-up set, context is everything too.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, the internet makes a lot of thoughts and comments and conversation public that never should be, where you make a joke to a friend, haha, whatever, you don't get canceled for that. You know what it is.
Right.
Not to justify locker room talk or anything, but we all have that code switching from the way you talk to a best friend versus the way you talk to your mom at church.
Exactly. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. You're right about that. You know, yeah, social media just gives people that megaphone to just, it's like a megaphone to their mind. Like they just, the stuff that they need to keep locked in there, they can just blout it, you know, shout it out.
Right. And then echo chamber of mob mentality in the comments doesn't help.
Exactly. Kisha, I see you making a point about that. Speak on it.
Well, no, I agree with that. Social media has the power. Basically, like am I the only one that saw Cardi B talking about the stepson of one of them? I somewhat agree with her. Somewhat. Now, did she say it like
concert?
Yeah, he was at the concert instead of, you know, being by the phone and being concerned. But then didn't something else come out today where he was trying to like shoot a shot at somebody? Basically was saying, "Oh, my stepdad passed away. You need to go to the funeral with me," or something like that. It's one of those things like, no, did she do it the right way? No. But did she say what everybody was thinking? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I have no issue with anybody on social media or anywhere making opinion after a statement of fact. You know what I'm saying? After you make an opinion after hearsay and things you don't know, that's different. But if I was to say your parent is dying, you're at a Blink 182 concert, I'm thinking I might not want to do that personally. it's nothing you can do. If you don't want that comment, you shouldn't have been at the Blink 182 concert. Like, it's just nothing you can do about that. It shows a little lack of empathy, but the same thing with the son. We might be too poor to understand him either.
You're right. That might be how he deals with his
family might have
emotions.
said, "Go to the concert. Don't think about this tonight." You know what I'm saying? Like, we could be totally off with how they treat things, and I leave room for that. But we went to the concert.
Oh yes, and I want to say for all the people that are streaming tonight, you're definitely welcome to post your opinions in the comments section. This is an interactive show, so whatever you guys want to say, just say it. Don't wait for us to bring it up. Also, although we have our set topics, you can also change the subject if you want. You know what I'm saying? If it sounds compelling enough, it sounds like it sounds interesting and it fits the theme of the show, we'll talk about that as well. So definitely post your comments in the comment section. And for all the people that are streaming from the Media Blast location and you want to be in the know of more panels like this, definitely join us in the C.A.V.E Facebook group. And Kisha Cox, she'll let you in. Conversation going. Okay. So we're going to do this in the order of the acronym. The C, the A, the V, the E. So we're going to start with the C part, comics. And there was a topic that was posted in the C.A.V.E Facebook group about there's no more. Actually, ComicCons are becoming extinct pretty much. Moving forward, I believe the main one is in San Francisco. The main one they're canceling it for this year.
Wow.
And I think a lot of the other major ones are being canceled and things like that. But Blaze, I know you hit the con circuit heavier than us because you're there, you got booths, you're connected. So
yeah, it's the day job.
Definitely. So just lead us into this.
So, all right, so it's nuanced. Cons have gotten huge, and it's almost like the comics books themselves in the 90s, where there's so many conventions that it lacks that specialness when it used to be like the once a year or once every couple months. Now I can name 3 any given weekend. Wow. Now, granted, those are the smaller one-day shows, but you're not going to get people spending the same. They're not going to get excited the same. And it's just like as a musician, if you play a show in town, it's exciting. If you play 4 shows in a week, I'll catch the next one.
Right.
So I think that's an element. Now, as far as the bigger ones like San Francisco, again, it's nuanced where that's more about the experience. When the people go to that one, they spend $10K just at the show, not counting travel because they come from all over the world. It's insane. We have one in North Carolina that's not that level, but the closest would be Heroes. That was just last weekend. But as far as like, NYCC and those where, Marvel's backing out, of course they are. There's a writer's strike. Why are they going to push movies that are already getting pushed back and already changing because the VFX artists were already behind to begin with? And now with the writers out, you can't even, if anybody's so much as a credited writer, they can't improvise on set like Ryan Reynolds with Deadpool. Wow. Because that's technically changing the script on the fly. Whereas before he could do it and it was just an ad lib credited. However, but yeah, so nobody's going to go and invest the millions and fly all the actors out, make them clear a week from a movie schedule, this and that for a movie that's not coming out. So from that angle, of course, they're skipping it this year, but I do think it is dying down because everybody wants to make their own announcements. And when you do it for the year, a lot changes. And I think Marvel's really had trouble with that, where they've announced so much so far out that when things started to change, they had no more wiggle room like they had in the earlier phases to like pick up or drop a storyline. And dear God, with so much content this phase, with all the TV shows and movies, there was technically more hours of content in this phase than all 3 prior.
Wow.
And I also I also believe too, just to add to that, that many of these ComicCons is not even about. Well, first we're going to talk about this too. Comic books seem to be a dying medium. So
they are,
and it's not even about the cons. Don't even seem to be about the comics anymore. It's like a celebrity petting zoo. You know, you know, it's all about, you know, let me see what celebrity I can get a selfie with, or
wow.
It is not even about the actual content. And then a lot of the indie, well, I know,
and it's usually.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, with the smaller shows, it's not even the celebrities you're hoping to see. It's the guy that played the third version of this background character on a TV show in 2 episodes and is now selling a line of deodorant with a punny name based off of his character. I met Lou Ferrigno and stood in line for an hour, and he would not sign an autograph unless you bought his weightlifting book. I don't want to be built like him, so I said no, and then he cussed me out.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what it seems to be all about now. It's not about it's not about what it was originally about. It's about, you know.
And honestly, every celebrity is reachable now, whether from social media or, dear God, I think Cameo ruined Comic-Cons more than anything, where you could pay $100 and get a customized video. Why are you going to pay $200 to go get a photo taken with the person and stand in line for 3 hours?
Exactly.
To get rushed through when you can get it personalized and have something to save later.
Right.
Exactly.
So just like Amazon shopping, I'll buy the autograph.
But what about comics in general? And like, I stopped paying attention to comics because there's so much damn canon. Like, I want to follow a storyline. And when you tell me that some dude who just wants to make a series about this can just start it was so annoying to me as someone who was trying to follow or catch up or anything. It was almost impossible with everything that was out there in the different storylines. I was like, so which one is the real one? Which one is the current one to my day? Which one is so that got me all out. So I catch most of my comic books on my phone, and I'm mostly watching independent comics. Like I love to see the new movies and everything, but it feels like they're getting away from the fact that I wanted to see these characters in their prime. That's why I wanted to see them. Like so they act like they passed it already, and I hope they are able to grab the next generation with these characters that I didn't even care about when I was reading it.
Yeah, I want to add to that.
What are you reading, Mac?
Well, hold on, Blaze. Let me say this before. I would say, it's all these multiverses. There's all these there's a billion issue number ones because they want to capitalize on collectors who want special gold edition and all this and that. And actually, Blaze asked the question because this actually segues into the next topic. But yeah.
All right, I'm going to pick up from what you said real quick, though, and say the crossovers killed it for me. Okay. Because in addition to the constant number ones, you would get 6-7 issues of a great storyline, and it would get completely shattered because it had to fit into whatever was happening in Spider-Man that month.
Right.
Now, why that has anything to do with what Moon Knight's doing on the other side of the planet, I don't know. But there went a storyline I was enjoying, man.
Yeah.
So the interconnectedness is the blessing and the curse, I think, because they feel like they have to shoehorn it in, and sometimes you just need to let the characters breathe. Like the X-Men worked best because every now and then Chris Claremont would let them just play a game of baseball or something.
Right.
And you'd enjoy them just hanging out, and it felt more like a sitcom, and you gave a damn about the characters because of that. Because it wasn't just Wolverine getting stabbed again and grunting.
Well, I think that's what's about to happen with the movies. Like, it got to a point where we would see 1 or 2 superheroes a movie. We getting 12, 18.
Yeah.
A movie.
And they all have one line.
And by the time the Young Avengers are formed as a team, they'll be geriatric at this rate.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing, too, I don't want to have to do homework to check out what it's like. You got to go back and because the movies don't follow the original source material anyway.
Right.
So, and so when you watch the movie, you're like, well, who is this? Even though in the comic you know who it is, but in the movie that's somebody else.
They need to do like the TV shows used to previously on and give you just the sizzle reel of the important information just in the trailers ahead of time, right before the Marvel scroll.
We'll catch up.
Oh yes. But
Mac, what books are you reading? You mentioned you like mostly the indie stuff nowadays.
I'm on Webtoons and I'm addicted to this one called Ordeal. Like I've been given like six not episodes, but 6 digibooks in a day. That's been my newest addiction. But yeah, that's been I've been watching that. It's about 173 issues out, and I'm addicted. I used to watch the off-brand, not to watch, but I had the off-brand comics like besides Venom and Spawn, the Young Bloods. I love them. I loved any Deadpool, any Katana, any Daredevil, just Punisher, the real gritty ones that reminded me of real life. Of course, I love superheroes, but I like them better on screen. I like the real dirty characters like Max Payne when you talk about comics.
Okay. I was just rereading one. No idea where to find it because it was an indie right after Ninja Turtles and that black and white boom. But they called it Texas Chainsaw Samurai Massacre and done in just that gritty black and white style, but horror movie. But then they pretty much just literally do Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but one character is a samurai with the sword and the staff, just grunting and slicing everybody else up.
See, now that make you wonder, does the story come from someplace older? You know how they do it. Like originally about some dude that killed his family back in the, Stone Ages with a rock.
Oh yeah. And we're going to talk about another indie publisher that recently made millions of dollars off of his first 2 releases. But before we get to that, I want to ask this question. I guess we pretty much know the answer to this, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. For at least for the algorithm when I make the little clips. Manga is whooping American comic books asses, but I guess we already said the answer. Kisha, you take this one if you want to. Why you think that is? Because you read a lot of manga.
Right? Yes, I do, and so do my kids. Like I want to say what was it years ago? It was an untapped market, and now all of a sudden you can buy it in Barnes and Noble.
Right.
Like before, you had to order it online, and now, my son literally walks down the street to 2nd and Charles and comes back with like $100 worth of books at least once a week. And I'm like, "What do you got?" "Oh, it's this, and this." Like, "Oh, okay." Like, the last one that I got was the Bleach one, and I got that for my daughter, and I've been stealing them and reading them. I think what it is. Like I got her the big box set. The thing was like almost $200, but still. But I think what it is because they can tell so much in those pages and get away with it. Like you can even have the showing all the dirty parts in the books. I said, "Ooh, okay." But the storylines are captivating. Of course, it is always well written. And if you want to compare it to, I hate to say this, but you want to compare it to like American style manga, there's no comparison. There's no.
Yeah. They have no stereotypes about a book with pictures. It can be just as beautifully written as a book without pictures. That's just simply to be what the thing is. They don't care about adults reading books with pictures. I can find some amazing books in America with no pictures in it, but when I find one with pictures in it, it seems to be descriptors. Like they don't care about the novel, or they don't care to work in tandem with the illustrator on the page before. It's just kind of weird.
And I also think another reason why manga is beating American comic books in sales and just general interest is because American comic books, I hate to say it, it's become it's about social justice and things like that mostly now. It's about an agenda. It's about
inclusion.
You know, that kind of stuff. Not saying that that an LGBT character can't be interesting or something like that, but we don't want to be beat over the head with these kind of messages. Make a good story. You know, forget all this gender swapping, race swapping, all that stuff. Just be good. Just make a good story, an interesting story.
Well, most of the stuff they've done is on par, but it seems like they fast forwarded for the sake of a couple of dollars. And that's what I mean. Like, I have no issue with any changes you want to make to any character, but please, for the sake of the little guy, I just want to see the characters I grew up with in their prime, and then let them, you know what I'm saying? I don't like the fact that I've had 5 different Batmans and 5 different Spider-Mans. Uncle Ben done died like 8 dozen times. You know how many times I've been sad watching Spider-Man because I know Uncle Ben is going to die again. I'm like, bruh. So if they would have just put him in his prime and let him go down, we would have been past this stuff already. Because at some point, you get the black Captain America, you get the female Thor. Those things happen naturally in the comic world, but I feel like you ain't did your due diligence to the people that built the industry that you building on.
Yeah. And you know, when they do stuff like that, the reboots or the revisionings or whatever, they're trying to milk it for all it's worth. They're trying to appeal to these new generations that are out here like, oh, this little Billy hasn't heard that Uncle Ben died. Let's go ahead and traumatize him.
Yeah.
Well, I got PTSD.
I got a more nuanced take on it where with the American comics, we lump it all into just the superheroes. That's why manga is winning. Because American comics do all the same things, but they don't get the same press. The Crow was a comic book. Scott Pilgrim was a comic book. All of these different things. Even Road to Perdition, that Tom Hanks gangster movie, was a comic book. So, I mean, comics can do anything. Ghost World even, you know. So you just have to broaden your mind. And I think the direct market really pushed that superhero element of it. Like, we forget comic strips existed.
Right.
You know, and could tell like a daily story. And also, manga is newer to us, so we don't have all those same tropes built in, whereas the superhero comics are built on Westerns and Greek mythology and all these story tropes that are predate history. But they also have to come out every damn month. Spider-Man has not been off the shelves since 1963. Now, whether he's been Peter Parker or Ben Reilly the clone or Gwen Stacy or Miles Morales, whatever, but James Bond gets to go the fuck away after a movie for a little while, you know? Sherlock Holmes has been around just as long, but you let him breathe between cases.
Right.
You know, and when you try to let a superhero breathe, it backfires, like the Christopher Nolan movies where Batman was some middle-aged dude that had 3 adventures in his life.
Right.
Yeah.
And waited 8 years in between.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of a bigger conversation, and not to push buttons, but I think Asian fetishizing is a little bit of it with K-pop and everything. It's just having its moment in culture. You know, a lot of the people that I knew that loved the first wave of anime and manga also loved the kung fu flicks and this and that, you know. So, I mean, it is tied to the people that have that love for the culture already, but it is also that otherness and that newness. Whereas, like I said, we've seen Spider-Man. It doesn't matter if we put him in a new costume. We've seen it. You know, even when Static Shock comes out, it's cool, but we've seen the electric powers. It's just what you do with the story for that first year or two that really pops.
So do you think any live action has done any justice to any other superhero brands? Like the episodics,
absolutely,
Green Arrows, Flash.
Yeah, And I personally think the off-kilter stuff does the best. I think The Boys is probably one of the best things on television right now.
Oh, facts.
Yeah.
And I love it way more than the book. I enjoy the book, but the show just gels. Kind of like some of the stories in the MCU I like better than the original comics, because it takes something that took 2 years and crossovers with 80 different titles to collect.
Right.
Like, I still don't think I've read all of Age of Apocalypse, and I've been trying since '95.
Okay. Well, we're gonna move right along from the comic book topic, unless there's anything else. Oh, no, hold on. We're still on it. I guess there's something else I gotta talk about, but just based on manga whooping American comics ass, and American comics not really doing well financially like they used to back in the past. Is there anybody else that want to say anything else about it or add something new to that?
Yeah, I think the entire Comicsgate conversation that's really splitting the fandom is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, quite frankly. Anybody claiming they're mad that superheroes are social justice warriors, what the hell is a hero? They dress up to stop crime and to intervene. Like, truth, justice, and the American way is about as woke as it gets from its 50s position, you know?
And they've always, although I did say earlier about it, comic books have always touched on political and social issues.
And I mean, when you're aspirational, like, I mean, there's an issue of Captain America where he knocks Richard Nixon the F out. And it was back, like, right around the time he was in office when the stuff was going down. I mean, hell, when Captain America punched out Hitler on the cover, that was before the U.S. got involved. That was Kirby as a Jewish guy saying, fuck this dude.
Well, speaking of Comicsgate and these conversations, I already told you last night that I wanted to talk about the Rippaverse. You know, Eric July is independent comic book company. He's a very controversial figure in the comic book world. And, I'm not going to, I just want to say this, although I don't want to know about people's politics. You know what I mean? Like, unless that's their thing, you know, but just, I just want to see the content. I just want to read the content, check it out. And one thing about the Rippaverse is, although he's a lot of people don't want to rock with him because of his political views. The reason why, well, let me just say this if you guys don't know, his Asom #1, it was Asom #1, I believe, made $3 million in 1 week. And what's the Asom #2? It hasn't. The pre-orders have gone up to 1 million. And I'll give y'all time to Google it right quick if you want to.
Did you say it was the Rippaverse?
The Rippaverse, Rippaverse, and you know what? Blaze, since you did a little homework on him, what would you like to say about all this? About the success he's having?
It's a good soundbite, but it's not true comic sales. It's riling up a political base and getting it in the form of, like, support the cause. This is a statement piece type
propaganda.
Of thing, where it's exactly propaganda. It's political donation tactics, 100%, even down to the way he's playing to the conservative media base. And it feels like it's just kind of filling the void that Trump can't fill as he keeps getting cases. Like, yeah, we'll throw the money here for now.
Okay, yeah, but I want to say that he
because it's a hero because he's pitched it as this hero represents you. It's not political. It's not, this and that. It's Batman that doesn't care about the things that piss you off.
Like, one of the first things when you said Google it, first thing that popped up, non-woke comics.
And is that on his website, or is that on blogs?
It's a YouTube link, but when I just straight up Googled it, I'm like, what? No.
the majority of the Google links go right back to him, and then the couple that don't are to his media outlet. What was it, Blaze TV or something?
Oh wow.
His little conservative thing. So it really feels like when Ted Turner would make an announcement, and it's like, well, what is the source? TNT? I wonder how that happened. Now, maybe he has a following on True Social I don't know about, but I really could not find much on the guy specific to the Rippaverse, aside from just the same article reshared.
Now, for the people that are streaming that maybe have not Googled the Rippaverse yet, he's black.
Don't.
Please.
Don't click on nothing that pop up.
Well, I haven't purchased anything from them or anything like that. I guess the panel's probably like, you better not fund that. But I do want to say I've checked out his YouTube channel, and although I haven't purchased anything, I've been kind of watching the growth, because what got me into it, regardless of what he talks about, like as far as political stuff, and then we'll actually, after I flesh my thoughts out more, we can talk about that on another panel. But he was a critic of all the things that were coming out, like the comic book stuff, the comic books, video games, nerd culture stuff. And he was talking about the Rippaverse coming soon the whole time he was making his criticisms. And that, I like the way he did that, though, because it made me go like, okay, if this guy is talking this much shit about all this stuff, his stuff better slap. If he's talking all this shit about all these comics, he better have some good shit.
Right, it's the guy that always says how garbage Jay-Z is, and you were like, all right, well, I got to hear what he's gonna say. you better have something.
Yeah, so that's what made me. But oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I fell down the rabbit hole. I'm just clicking on stuff.
Well, what have you found? What do you want to bring to the round table?
No, literally, it has a code of ethics, and there's a little animation when I clicked on another link. Like, the comic style, it's okay, I guess, but I don't know much of it. This is just me looking at it. It might have a compelling storyline. Keyword might.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I could tell from the description. I read the story description.
I'm sure you'll find it.
Well, Blaze, did you expect any of it, or did you just kind of read the?
The art was pretty generic. I mean, it looked like just a house style. I didn't read the comic itself, but I looked at a few images and I read a couple different write-ups. And for a guy that says not woke, he then went on to list how aspirational the character will be, and show you how to, this, that, and the third. And it's like just a complete contradiction. Because 9 out of 10 people that say things like woke or social justice have no idea what the hell it even means, which is kind of funny when you hear them. Like there's that clip from, was it The Daily Show, where they ask people to define it, and they're like, well, woke is, you're going to use this as a soundbite, aren't you?
And that's also why I brought it up, because we're going to use this as a soundbite. I'm trying to get some more views and clicks and hits. and I'm gonna just say, although the mainstream, or actually like things like CBR and stuff haven't been covering them, I wanted to say something about it, because I mean, regardless of how you feel about his politics or how he how he's moving, it's news, for him to to make that, I guess, this milestone in indie comic history. I know the panel's like, hey, don't be calling it that shit.
You really had to use milestone for the black creator? Come on, that was the good black comics. That was Static, man.
Oh yeah. Well, before we get off the comic,
and it had to be the white boy to point that out.
He's woke in the top right corner, ladies and gentlemen.
I am awake. No weekend at Bernie's today.
Yeah. Well, I guess I definitely like to revisit the Rippaverse because it's I mean, it is something to talk about within that.
I think you might be reading it by yourself, big fella.
I'm with you. I think I want to wait a couple weeks and revisit it and see what the follow-up reviews are. Like you said, like he talked a lot of shit. Let's see. He mentioned the sales, but nobody's mentioned like what they thought of the book yet.
From what I've seen, it looks
and
like
somebody should have had a review or something up by now if it was worth a shit.
It looked like a big comic book full of dog whistles.
Oh man, the next series is going to be the Proud Boys.
Right.
Oh Lord.
Right. We're taking our country back.
No, but
I wasn't ready for that.
Actually, I'm like I said, like with Blaze, like I actually want to see where it goes, and I also want to remain neutral as a moderator too. So y'all talk all the shit y'all want.
That's why you got me as a panelist. I'll talk shit.
Yeah, you can do that. I'm straight up.
I'm just over here giggling like hee.
Wait till the people find out what the name of your app is. See if they be such a fan after that.
Oh, what you found it in the app?
Like, what's the name of that app he runs?
Oh, he got it. I didn't know. I didn't.
Talk about you.
When
they find out.
My app. Blacktopia.
Yo, Won'topia? Is that what you said?
You talking about me? Yeah, okay, yeah, the Blacktopia mobile app. Yeah, I guess his fan base definitely they'll have something to say about that.
Yep, they're gonna block your DSP.
Yeah. But
oh man, random question. Hey Mac, is Nova for the Marvel character or just for the scientific space term?
Never overlook the value of artistry.
Nice. You're old school. I miss the acronym names.
I do love me some Nova though.
Oh yes, the real Nova, Richard.
Which
Ryder.
one's your favorite?
Oh,
A Man Called Nova.
No, I mean Richard Ryder or like Sam wasn't that
Alexander?
I honestly like the newer one, the little kid.
I'm not.
I can't hate. I like Sam too. I like Sam the way they did him in the Spider-Man cartoon.
Right, they be so dramatic back in the day. Like, I got hit with a laser.
Right, it was the soap opera storytelling because they had to keep you coming back next week.
Like, bro, you can absorb energy. Chill.
Richard Ryder will always be Nova to me.
Right, we know how you old school people feel about y'all attachments.
I mean, I like Sam Alexander just because his name's not Dick Ryder.
I feel like you just called me old. Like it's past my bedtime, ain't it?
If all your favorite characters are the old school version, then you did it to yourself.
Well, it's past my bedtime, so.
I like Scarlet. Now, speaking of like mantles being passed down, I do like Scarlet Spider though. Ben Riley, Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
right, yeah.
No,
that Spider-Verse, they are killing that. They are killing that on all levels. Like it's crazy. Everything we complained about, they did it perfectly. Where we don't care at all.
Did everybody see the newest one?
I caught the end of it.
I haven't seen it yet either.
I have not.
I was just gonna say I've never been so impressed by a certain villain as I was here, and it's one I never thought I would.
That's the Spider-Man I read 2099. So I'm really I want to see what they did with him.
Okay, now.
Oh, they got him. They got him right.
Nice.
Yeah, the new one's slick. You're in for a treat.
Wow.
Okay. Well, we're gonna move on from the comic book topic. But yeah, I'm glad we. Oh man, we got topics to go. I thought we'd be blazing.
I told you had plenty, man.
Yeah.
We nerds for real.
So. When the energy's going, keeps it. Actually, before we go to the next topic, Mac Nova, you want to do some plugs, shout some stuff out, upcoming shows, upcoming events, your music.
All the time. My new single, Smart Boy, find it everywhere. Mac Nova Smart Boy on all DSPs, Spotify, everywhere, even the ones that ain't in English. As far as shows, I'm at Howard's and Bowling Green in August. Other than that, I'm really trying to get what we doing now. Try to get my streaming in order. Mac Nova Universe on Twitch, Mac Nova Universe on Instagram, MacNovaUniverse.net for the website. I'm just staying busy.
Oh yes, we got the Mac Nova link at the bottom too.
I see you over there doing your little secret typings and stuff. I ain't
Got the new scroll.
Right.
Man, I want to say that Smart Boy song slaps, dude.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. And shout out to my guitarist, Al Foreman. He's been going to all my shows with me, and he kind of...
Okay, I was going to ask if that was your own guitarist or guitar playing, because that shit slapped hard.
He makes me feel
that's
like
some true Rock City shit right there.
Thank you.
Okay.
Remind me of that Kid Vicious vibe.
Oh, wow. See, he's still with Royster 5'9" doing freestyles on Instagram once a week.
Yup. I got a song with him. I still got to do something with.
Oh wow.
Him and Marv talking superhero shit.
Wow, Marv won. Wow.
Yes, sir. Wow. Fat killers themselves.
We're definitely gonna get into the music too. So everybody check out the ticker below. Smart Boy is available on all streaming platforms for you to stream, Spotify, iTunes, whatever you listen to. Also go to www.macnovauniverse.net.
Yes, sir.
And also, I want to say, Mac Nova, is your music on elegends.net?
No.
Okay. Well, you got to definitely get your music on there. To all the independent artists and creatives out there, sign up for elegends.net, one of the Media Blast proud sponsors. Go to www.elegends.net. You can upload your music, upload your short films, music videos, whatever you want to do. It's free to sign up. No membership fees, no sign up. Just get on there because the platform is new and they just want to get the people on there first, and then they'll figure out what they're going to do as far as memberships and things like that or distribution. So right now, all creatives, all artists, Blaze Belushi, I know you got the classic album. Welcome to put it on there at www.elegends.net. All right. Enough of me plugging shit. We can get back to the topics here.
Back from commercial break.
Oh yeah. You know me. I'm always plugging. Because that's what I do. Gotta pay these bills. The A in the acronym C.A.V.E. Anime. We're on the anime now. Which I'll keep it real. In these blurred and nerd groups, they've called me out. I'm not much of an anime connoisseur, and I've been called out many times by hardcore. They hurt my feelings because I'm not nerd enough.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, but Kisha, I know that's you. You one of the connoisseurs. So take it away. What are you looking at? What do you recommend? Well, you already told us what you're looking at, but just what recommendations and things that you want to put people on to right now?
Actually, I did finish. What was it? Like when it first came out, the Bleach. What is it? 1,000-Year Blood War.
Oh wow.
That was actually pretty good. I was surprised. I said, "Wow, okay." I also figured out that on Hulu, 26 seasons is now streaming.
What was I say? You got through Bleach?
Yeah. See, that's just it. Me and my kids, we started when they were young. Like I have the complete Dragon Ball Z DVD box set over there. Like, but I don't know what anybody else likes, but I know what I like. but Bleach was definitely a big thing. I did just start a new series. Again, it's on Hulu. It's the Is It Okay to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon? I think that's what it's called.
Oh yeah. I love it.
You love it? You said that so creepily. I only made it through like. Why don't you say it?
Listen, I already seen it. I shouldn't like it. It's not right. It's not right. I love it. It's so cheesy, but it's so deliberate, and I love it. I love it.
See, I made it through like 2 episodes, and then I had to go to bed because I had to go work the next day. But I was like, okay, this seems okay.
And it seems like a lot of the animes that I like now are making fun of the old animes, how they were sold. You know what I'm saying? Just that, like you were saying, the Japanese culture, how they're a little freaky. So this character, he's not like the freaky old man. He has no idea all the girls like it. So it's the other way around.
No.
Instead of having the dude always chasing the girls, nosebleeds, he has no clue that all of them want him desperately. And it's a nice little flip.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds relatable.
My thing with anime is they left a lot of good series that they could have expanded on. So I guess that's why I keep watching like Bleach, because at least they're continuing the story, and it hasn't gotten cheesy yet. It's had some moments. Don't get me wrong, it's had some moments, but like another like an old series that I did like was Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple. Like they could have took that to a whole new level. Like he done went to college. Like in my head, I'm coming up with scenarios, but they just left it alone. Like, oh, we're done.
Yeah.
Next.
See, and that's almost maybe part of the reason anime and manga are winning too. They have the opportunity to stop, whereas Marvel is never going to let X-Men take a break, other than when Fox owned them and they're like, fuck it, we're not going to give them any ammo. Inhumans are the thing now.
Right.
But yeah, like even how many TV shows would have been perfect if they stopped a season or 2 earlier before it jumped the shark and did the weird shit?
Oh yeah. Yeah. That is I have a daily discussion about Supernatural, but go ahead.
Oh, where's your stopping point? Season 5?
No, actually, no. My stopping point was when God came back and like reset the world. That would have been my stopping point. Yes, I know the original series was supposed to end with Sammy dying and Dean going to do stuff, but no, that wouldn't have been right. But when God came back, that would have been it. I would have been happy. You mean to tell me that
I think it could have
died that way?
I'm a sucker for the show, and I've drawn so much fan art of it. But I think if it stopped at 5 and then did what, of course, it wasn't a thing yet, but what TV shows do now, where they stop for a couple years and then come back for a season or 2. Right, that would have been interesting. Yeah. Like End of the World, and then they get Sam back, but it's clearly been like 5 years. He's been through some shit by the time he gets out, And then it picks up and it's like, God's in the mix now. Shit.
Yeah.
Right.
But don't get me wrong, there was so much fun in the just randomness of the show. I mean, like Loki to Gabriel to whatever the hell he was called by the end. His episodes were some of my favorites. Cass just doing weird shit. I kind of tuned out for a little bit after Bobby died, though.
Oh yeah, that made me cry. I cried real tears. I am one of those. Like if I get emotionally invested in a character, yes.
Yeah.
But
you like how they brought him back on The Boys as Robert Singer?
Yes. But did you? Okay, so there was another show. Mm-hmm. But there was also, did you see The Ranch? Because in my mind, Bobby went to hell, and he ended up as he went to hell, and that's his punishment.
Oh, that's fun.
see, my mind is a dark place sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Almost got a spit take.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you guys didn't watch it?
My dad was on it so much that I didn't have an opportunity because he wasn't slowing down.
It's very CW, but it's fun for the fact that you can watch a random episode of it and just enjoy the monster of the week from the first seasons, like the old X-Files type shit.
Wow, right.
Like, it makes a little more sense if you watch them all, but you know, like we say about comics, you can actually watch just one and be like, I get it. They kill monsters. That one kicked their ass. That was cool.
Okay. Well, you know, as I'm quietly being quiet, I don't know those like that. But I don't want to necessarily move on to the next topic. If you guys have more things you want to add to the anime topic before we move on.
I watch everything, but I like action. I don't like nothing without some type of powers involved. That's about as far as I go on anime. I know some of my people watch dramatic animes, which are basically just soap opera cartoons. I can't go there. But the best animes are the ones that they've learned to leave you on a cliffhanger on every episode now. The stuff we used to just get at the season endings, they doing that at every episode, leaving me so emotional. I got things to do tomorrow. You can't have me like that. You know, I think like My Hero Academia, like the new school ones, Demon Slayer, they know exactly what they doing as far as cliffhangers, keeping you on edge for the next episode. And it's a testament to them changing their style to get rid of a lot of the fluff we used to complain about as anime consumers. For better or worse.
I'm going to have to give My Hero Academia another shot because I think I lost it when they brought in the substitute gym teacher or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, they didn't got me. They got me emotional on that one. Just because you don't get many underdog stories in anime where the main character is extremely humble and honest. Like it's usually somebody that's overpowered, and they so overpowered they don't understand the human experience. And that seems to be the difference in this character. Like he's just a normal dude that was kind of a little punk. I feel like a lot of nerds should relate to that. You're stronger now, right, guys?
Sure.
I know My Hero Academia gets a lot of good reviews, and so I'm gonna definitely check it out more as I talk like this about the anime portion. Yeah, you don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Listen, if anybody talks about you not watching anime, you say, brother, I'm making my own video game. I'm sure they should curl up into a ball and calm down.
Exactly. Bam. Oh yes. And yeah. And I'm actually shout out to Shamar Little. That's also a member of the the C.A.V.E Facebook group. Shamar Little is actually working on his own anime production.
Oh, wow.
And I'll be voicing a character in there as well.
Hey.
So as stuff pops up, I'll show you that. And plus, with me making the video game to Glory Mountain, the movie that's on Tubi right now, you can see Glory Mountain, the movie on Tubi. I've partnered with Felicia Rivers and Geechee One Films, who produced the movie. And this is going to be the first release off my game dev company, Coleman Interactive Studios. And we're getting into putting our hat in the ring for the indie video game development world. And I've been working hard on Glory Mountain, and we're going to show some clips from that later on. Soon, actually, not later on tonight. That shit to do. But yeah, we definitely thank you for that. We're going to get into that. All right, moving from the anime. Hey, brings us to the video games. What are you all playing right now? Blaze, we'll start with you.
Man, I'm still playing the Cowabunga collection.
Oh wow!
I got the that 13 pack of the old Ninja Turtle games. Man, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh, you like torture?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's on the Switch, so I don't run out of quarters now. But yeah, I'm a sucker for the retro games, man. I've been playing that in the Scott Pilgrim game, which is similar old school side-scrolling shit.
Mm-hmm.
Played and beat it.
Oh yes, I've played that on Xbox. Speaking of torture, the very first Ninja Turtles for the SNES for the Nintendo, the first one was like a platform side scroller.
Yep.
That was very hard.
Still is.
Yes.
It's part of the collection.
Definitely. Kisha, what are you playing? Or what you on?
I have not played a video game in months, actually. The most that I've been doing is playing the little games on my phone.
Yeah, that's
what
actually
you on?
It's more me, more apps than console game.
You said which one?
Your system.
I'm literally, what is it? It's the cleanup game where you have to upgrade your vacuum cleaner and just vacuum around the dirty house. What is it? Cleaning order?
Isn't it crazy how we play simulator games of shit we don't want to do?
Exactly.
Like all these kids play farming simulators, but I've never seen them outside. But on the game, they're raising goats and shit.
Oh yeah.
Won't even clean your room, but you just raised an acre of corn downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
No.
But won't touch a veggie in real life.
Yeah.
I'm on everything. Like I got my score is over 100,000 on my Xbox. I know I don't see many of y'all out here. But on Xbox, I'm on baseball. I'm on Rune Factory. I'm on everything that can be played that I enjoy. I just downloaded Encased for Steam right before the show started. It was like $5. I couldn't help it.
How's that so far?
It's really good. I really enjoy text RPGs that have a lot of options to gameplay.
Nice.
Like I like the the RPG where you can set your intelligence to 0 and the character be stupid, like for real. You know, ones that,
sounds like how I play every game.
Right. You know, the ones that people you can tell that people put their love in carrying, basically. It don't matter if it's a AAA release or some indie stuff. You can just tell when people really cared about the thing they putting on screen.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
So this Glory Mountain
set me back up for it. Yes.
Alley-oop.
Like I was telling Mac Nova backstage as we were setting up, the games that Coleman Interactive Studios, and we're going to give you more information on that too. For everybody that's on YouTube, follow subscribe to and hit the notification bell to youtube.com/@the-official-media-blast for updates on the game. So that's where I'll be posting the updates. I'll be posting some more like screenshots and me doing some commentary on it and things like that. Actually, I'm gonna play a little bit of the clip. I've gotten more done since then, but I don't want to keep just every 5 minutes hitting people with what I'm doing. But once I get a little more stuff done, I'll be releasing it. So actually, what we're going to do right now, we're going to play a quick clip from the video game Glory Mountain, not the movie, but the video game based on the movie. Just two quick clips. And for everybody else, if you want to go, well, this quick, so you ain't got time to make a sandwich right quick. You gotta hurry up and rush back to the camera. Well, here you go. All right, still working on everything. Yeah, still designing it, still trying to put it together. Yeah, kind of stuck right here. Made a mistake. Got some stuff to work out, some kinks to work out. All right, that's just one little thing. That
How much Sania paying for rent? You saw how big that house was.
so it's like she's on a journey for riches, and she lives in a big. Isn't she ungrateful, Sanaya?
I'm trying to take the wife to Glory Mountain later. I ain't mad at her.
I'm actually gonna address some of the. I'm gonna address why she has a big house too. And, shout out to Felicia Rivers of Geechee One Films. Although it's based on the movie, I'm taking some artistic liberties as well, so we can make it more of a game, of course. Because as the movie, there's not going to be as many fight scenes as the game, of course. and there was only so you got to make it that kind of thing. Well, hey, before I play the next thing, any questions for me about it?
Turn-based.
Turn-based. It'll be turn-based. Classic Dragon Warrior type battle, like old school Final Fantasy battles.
So I get a party.
Yeah, you get a party. The people from the people from the movie join you, of course.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you gonna make me download Tubi again, and I was trying to leave it alone because Detroit is pounding me with movies.
Oh yes, and definitely shout out to Felicia Rivers. Has 9 releases on Tubi right now. She has Pieces with Omar Gooding. She has Trapflix Party, Tiffany the Doll, many different films on Tubi. Felicia Rivers is also one of my clients, as you know. I'm the #1 PR specialist publicist on the planet. So she's one of my clients, and we got to talk, and this is where this all came about. So I'll be promoting one of my clients while I'm making a game too. So killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So
win-win.
Yes, a win-win. It's turn-based, retro style. It follows the movie with some artistic liberties and stuff.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, and I'm actually gonna, based on the things that you already saw, it's gonna change from that too, like that big long exposition. I'm changing that.
Of course, we know. Come on.
So yeah, this is the first game. So coming out of Coleman Interactive Studios, and again to all the listeners, to get more updates on upcoming games that we're working on, go to YouTube, subscribe, hit the notification bell on youtube.com/at the official media blast. THE official media blast. Y'all know how to spell. Check it out. And here's one more quick clip, Truth, right here. You can see this is Sanaya's house. Got a bathroom, a hallway, her bedroom, an extra bedroom. Still working on it. This is going to be a living room area. This is going to be a kitchen, and you're going to have to go into the kitchen and get a few items for your quest. You'll be able to check the drawers and stuff and get items and stuff as well. Check the boxes, and then you come on out. So I just want to show you what's going on. Samuel Leon, he got in my head a little bit when he said, Sanaya's house is a little big. So I had to, show a little more, add more to it, Shout out to Samuel. Yeah.
Nice.
Got
a real Zelda vibe.
So what?
Yeah.
Got a real original Zelda vibe. I kept looking for the pots to break in the rest of the house.
That's what I said.
It reminds a lot of people of Zelda, and I've also gotten Pokemon. People say it looks like Pokemon a little too.
Pokemon.
Since you're going with the 8-bit style, you got the underwater level?
Underwater,
You don't got to. You don't got to.
Yeah, that wasn't in the movie.
You don't got to.
Either going to the island.
I hate all.
I mean, you did say artistic liberty, so didn't know if we got that or Flora's lava level.
I don't think she'll get her hair wet in this game.
Oh.
But yeah, we're just doing a little bit at a time. But yeah, video game coming. I put not soon, but people say coming soon. I'd say coming later because either way. So yes, Glory Mountain available to stream on Tubi, and this is the video game based on the adventure going up Tubi Mountain, Glory Mountain. Yes. All right. And also Nintendo. Speaking of video games, Nintendo Direct dropped 2 new trailers for 2 new upcoming releases. Do y'all know about this? Or
Nope.
I knew they were doing an announcement. I don't know what games they did though.
They've already made the announcement, and I pulled them, and I'm going to play a little clip of both of the trailers right now. Oh yes, fair use. It's under the so they don't copyright strike me. Yeah, basically a remake of Mario RPG for the Switch.
It's not bad.
I would play it.
You bother me for that too.
Definitely.
I would definitely play it. I love anything Mario.
Definitely. Oh yes, I hope they add more.
Did you catch the last movie?
Say it again.
No, I'm waiting. Everything kept happening, but I was supposed to go like the weekend it came out, and it got messed up. So now I'm just like, okay, when are we going?
We got the DVD and watched on vacation. It was. I feel like they put a lot into it. Like they used a lot of stuff that I wish they could have, stretched out. Like we explained earlier, they blew the load. So hopefully they can keep on going. And some of the voices, but y'all know how Jack Black did his thing.
Is it almost as good as the original?
I mean, yeah, just because I always think when the visuals are good is dope. But we made jokes about the original.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, Jack Black live up to the Dennis Hopper King Koopa with the blonde spikes.
Jack Black in the studio by himself with a couple of shots of Henny is probably one of the best actors in the world.
Yup. Peaches.
Don't you start that. My kids will bust in here singing that thing and tackle me.
Now, let me ask you this, Magnova. Did Chris Pratt do well in the voice?
I didn't like it.
He did.
I didn't like it. Like sometimes I would get lost, but he sounded too young. You know, wasn't it originally Tim Allen?
Was he originally?
Oh no, it was Bob Hoskins.
See, yeah, I would
dude from Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, I would have preferred that. And the plus, he's too new, so I'm hearing Star-Lord every once in a while.
Yeah, but Bob Hoskins passed away years ago, so who else could they have gotten that would have sounded like him? Now my brain is
got a no name, but they wanted to sell more tickets. It would have been 1,000
Joe Pesci
out there that could have fit the bill. I like Koopa.
I feel like Joe Pesci would have been too old though.
Right.
It's a voice. It's a voice.
I know.
They didn't
and nobody says no to Pesci.
They didn't put him in a real different world. They put him in the middle of New York, so they brought a little realism to it.
Okay.
But it was hard to deal with. Like I ain't never seen Mario in like real life. I thought they just lived out there, so I'm still calculating that.
Well, they had a cartoon back in the mid '80s or late.
Yeah, we watched some of that recently.
Yeah,
we don't. That's
with the live action intro.
Yeah. It came from Brooklyn.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
It was on Netflix, but they took it off, and yes, I watched the whole thing.
It's on YouTube, and for the old school superhero fans, so is Hammerman.
Oh, wow.
Oh, see. But what about the Adventures of Link? Because remember that was connected to that show.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they got.
And that has not. Is it on YouTube? Now I have to watch it.
Yes, you got it. Yes. Somebody has a whole playlist of all the episodes in order, unless it hasn't been taken down for copyright. I saw the whole season.
Wow.
Oh, see.
Because they had it. They did it back in the day. Of course, I know Keisha. They did Link and Zelda on Fridays, but they had like throughout the weekend Mario. Yeah.
Yep. I remember coming home from school. I was so excited. I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna watch TV." That was the only hour of TV I got. I'm telling my age now.
I did a 3-day show in Charlotte a couple weeks ago, and somebody was there with the Power Glove on.
Wow. Was it Mark, Player One?
No idea. It was some random.
It's a rapper that uses that for one of his costumes, and he always wears it. He's
nice.
He's from Detroit. I believe he's going to be the new Forest Ranger. Like he got a Power Ranger gig. I didn't even know that was on the table, bro.
Wow. Oh wow! So he's got the kind of Mega Ran lane going.
Personal trainer and everything. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, I got the helmet in the mail. I'm like, why didn't nobody tell me? Why ain't nobody tell me I could be a Power Ranger when I grow up? I would have made different life decisions.
Right.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, we got another trailer from Nintendo Direct that we're gonna drop, and Nintendo. If you're checking out this live stream, we're gonna get some views up for you. It would be great to get some sponsorship money from Nintendo. I'm working on it. I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get some.
I appreciate you. Money. I'm helping.
Give me them free games.
Oh yeah. And also too, for any other game devs that are checking this out, you want to sponsor an upcoming episode, just hit me up. Email me at info@themediablast.net. I don't have that. If you're checking from any of the places that you can stream from, just comment and I'll get in touch with you. And we're going to be offering sponsorship opportunities for game devs, comic book creators, all kind of creatives, because that's what it's all about, keeping this, getting the platform rolling and going for the new generation of creators, And also, I want to say before I play the clip, Oh, where did everything go? Okay, yeah, StreamYard be confusing me sometimes. Oh yeah, also too, if you want to pay tribute to the cave, you're welcome to do that. Yeah, and basically go into growing the platform and just keeping that dollar circulating among the creative community. So yeah, the cave is definitely on the come up. And also, if you want to put some money in the bucket, put some money in that for any of the panelists, you guys are welcome to shout out PayPal or Cash Apps or anything. If anybody wants, if you want to do that, if you don't want to, we capitalists over here.
This love is green love.
Yes. We creatives, but All right. The ticker is playing. Okay. Let me read some of the comments before we move forward. Yeah, I think this is a little old. Brother said, he tagged somebody. Oh, never mind. I thought he'd comment to it. Maybe an anime or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Anime character. And shout out to Samuel Leon. He's a recording artist. Has a lot of great music. You can check his music out on all streaming platforms. Mac Nova, Blaze Belushi, perhaps y'all could collaborate with Samuel Leon in the future.
Yeah.
Oh yes. He has a single called Backup, and Backup is on the soundtrack to the comic book Civilized Savage, written by Ryan White. And definitely check out that Civilized Savage soundtrack. Yes. And also check out the comic book too. It's on Indie Planet. It's on Google Play, different places. Join the Cave group, and we can drop the links for you. All right. Also, for people that are streaming, share it. Click the like button. Let people know. Most people look at the replay. The replay numbers are always higher than the live numbers. Because people got shit to do, and they'll come back and look at it later, which is all fine. But yeah, if you guys are watching live, comment in the comment section below, share it out. And if you don't know what's going on, like I said, this is the nerds of the round table. So we're talking about hobbyist and geek culture here on the platform, anime, all that stuff, all that. Because it's cool to be one now. I remember when we were coming up, you were into that stuff. You were a weirdo. That was
had to fight.
Oh yeah.
Now
we had the rite of passage.
So times have changed. It seems like all the I remember back in the day, all the nerds were on the internet and all the cool people were out partying and having a good time. Now all the nerds are out partying and having a good time, and all the cool people on the internet. So that's it.
You can afford a computer. I just talk about it at school. Catch up.
All right. Now let's play this other Nintendo Direct release. You guys, if you like the Mario RPG, you're gonna like this upcoming release. I just gotta find it. Okay, here we go.
Oh wow!
I would play it.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm going to play it.
Oh yeah.
I'm grown now. I ain't
my first thought
for no money or nothing.
My first thought was those big grapes at the beginning were the member berries from South Park.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. I don't have to ask y'all what you thought. yeah, off the board. Everybody's gonna play it. Oh yes.
Yeah,
now I'm just scared of how much it's gonna cost.
Oh yeah, well, you got kids. How many different systems you got in the house?
All of them.
Oh yeah. I don't have a PlayStation, but everything else.
Oh, let's see. We got the PlayStation 3, 4, and 5. The Xbox
Series X.
Yeah, Series X, and there's a 1, and then regular. I want to say, what is the Wii U? We have a Wii. We have a Switch.
You got the full
You got
arcade.
Oculus.
It is.
Dibs on the
And then
leftovers.
You got an Oculus.
No, they didn't want that.
Yeah, we got.
But for me, I still have my Sega and my Nintendo. Mine.
That was my first love.
Ooh, that was the best era of games.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. I was just talking with one of my friends about the worst Nintendo games that they ever made, and I think I was just being salty, huh?
E.T.
That's what he said too.
E.T.
I kind of liked the E.T. though. But I'm a girl, so I kind of liked E.T. But I think I was just being salty because some of the games I couldn't beat. Like that, what is it? Into the Sewers, that, like, what was it? The second Ninja Turtle video game.
No.
Where they were still like sideways and they were jumping all funny.
Yeah.
It's still hard on the new collection.
Have you ever played a game called Shadowrun for Sega?
Ooh.
Shadowrun.
No.
I almost forgot about that one.
Nobody I knows that. It was like before Cyberpunk was Cyberpunk.
Oh.
I only know a few people that played it, and I believe they made it over, and it almost made me set my console on fire because it was nothing like it. They had the implants and the cyborg stuff. Certain people wouldn't talk to you because you had too many cyborg implants. It was really ahead of its time. I just want somebody to do it right. Yeah, there you go, Chris. Oh, I see. See there, Coleman. Your brother knows what's going on. I see you, Christopher. I appreciate you.
Shout out to my brother.
Oh, Streets of Rage is a classic, Samuel. Yeah, that's my favorite. One of my favorites.
Streets of Rage.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Streets of Rage. Oh, let me get these old comments.
They did the. It's not a prequel, but they finished off the series on Xbox. You get it on Game Pass. Streets of Rage 4.
Oh.
Yeah, everybody growing up in Axel got a little gut and everything.
Oh.
Speaking of Streets of Rage, everybody check out the song by Slow Chemical, Streets of Rage. He actually didn't sample the video game. I wish he would have, because Rage had like really hot beats. You know, well, Streets of Rage 2 for the Sega Genesis had some really. I think the whole soundtrack could be sampled. Blaze Belushi, you might have to jump on that. You know, or Magnova, when y'all sample that.
That's dope.
And then they get sued.
And they only had like 3 instruments to do their music with.
Hey, there's something about those video game beats, though.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yes. Let's see. He said Shadow. Oh, I already did, my brother. Samuel E. Leon said my favorite game on. Oh yeah, we just talked about that. Okay, I need to catch up. He said this StreamYard frightens and confuses me. Sometimes I'm still getting it. Yes. Samuel E. said I've actually hopped on some Streets of Rage tracks. Stay tuned. Okay, yeah, we got to hear that. Definitely, y'all check out Samuel E. Leon's music on all streaming platforms. And he has a song where he sampled Star Road on Mario Kart.
Oh wow!
Yes, it's dope.
Well, you might need to save us a spot on one of these video game beats.
Yes. Oh yes. Yeah, we could definitely make that happen. Samuel E. Leon's also one of my clients as well. For all the creatives that's listening to the show, that's streaming, hit me up if you need more publicity, write-ups, more, getting you out there. Hit me up, info@themediablast.net, and that's what I do. Get you in, get you in the public, and so more people could know about you. Increase those the conversion rate for your sales and downloads and stuff. Oh yes. What else did I want to say? about the video games before we move on from that. Yeah, so we're all in agreement. The Mario games, that's dope. We're gonna play them.
Always.
Oh yes. Also, what else? Well, actually, Kisha, what else was on that list of stuff you hated? Anything else, or you want to share?
Oh, it was the Friday the 13th.
Oh,
Friday
that was hard too for no reason.
It was too hard.
Yes.
Like, these were not games made for like the average 8, 9, 10-year-olds. No.
Didn't have a motor
The
control.
worst was when it looked cartoony and sweet and innocent, like that Lion King game that nobody ever played. I bought it again on the Switch. Still haven't beat it.
See, you like torture. You like doing it.
Yup. Hey, I did finally beat Aladdin though, so there's hope.
Oh, see.
I want to say the Lion King for the game. If you ever remembers the Game Gear, it was like Sega's handheld.
Yeah, I had Game Gear.
Yeah, their Game Boy.
Yeah.
Yup.
You could boil eggs with the heat from that thing.
Oh yes. But the Lion King for the Game Gear is actually way easier than the one for the Super Nintendo and the other platforms. But the Lion
That's
King
they cared about you.
hard. Say it again.
That's because they actually cared about you.
Yeah, they cared. I guess. You know.
It was portable. The battery was going to die. They said, "Fuck it, let them have it."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anybody have Dreamcast, GameCube?
GameCube.
Yeah, I sat in the rain for GameCube.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I needed it in my life.
I'm actually so mad when I moved out. My stepdad sold it, like he pawned it or something. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Betrayal comes from those you love most.
Like I wanted to set the house on fire. I was like, you know what?
Oh yeah. So the comment section is lighting up with some video games. Comment section, share this out. Tag some people. Let's get some
Vector Man
involved. You know.
Yeah, for Dreamcast. Yeah. See, Dreamcast problem was that the man that sold us burnt CDs started selling us burnt games. I get 5 games for $40. They never recover.
Oh yeah.
Jet Set Radio's classic. They were doing that over. I just got the new Sonic on Xbox.
Oh yes.
You're taking it back.
A lot of classic stuff. Well,
I'll still say the original. What?
Last segment of the panel discussion, and I definitely thank you all for staying in. I didn't mean to go over this long, but the energy was just flowing. You know, I was like, this show's gonna be 40 minutes. We're gonna get off whatever, boop boop, hit the important points, and we off. But man, I'm really enjoying this. For all of the C.A.V.E followers, we're doing more panels in the future. We got more guests lined up. Mac Nova, definitely, man. Mac Nova, man. I know you're a guest, but shoot, the conversation, man. I like to just have you back, just to have you when we do another.
Listen, you know how much money I spent in C.A.V.E products. You understand why I'm here.
Exactly. Oh yeah. And then for everybody listening to, that's just tuning in, definitely check out Mac Nova's single "Smart Boy." You know, that's available on all streaming platforms. We're gonna play that too before we bounce tonight. Moving on to the entertainment letter of the acronym. We talked about movies already, but we can touch back on them. I noticed most of us haven't seen a lot of stuff yet. Blaze Belushi, you know, actually, well, actually, I can just say me and Kisha, we're behind. Everybody, y'all,
very much.
She got me on Manga.
Oh yeah. So what's out? I mean, now Kisha, you did say talked about a lot about the Little Mermaid in the group. Did you see it or no or not yet?
I did not see it. I said I would wait until it came on Disney Plus, but my daughter did see it and she told me all about it, and I feel like I saw it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she said that, like, yeah, Melissa McCarthy, she did awesome. Her singing was a little off. I did listen to the song on YouTube, Poor Unfortunate Souls, like her version of it. It was cute. It was cute. Of course, Haley did her thing vocally, but it's still The Little Mermaid. They didn't really, deviate from the storyline. And that's what I was saying earlier about, I know Disney made this, like they created the original Little Mermaid. People were big, big mad for whatever reason they thought. But my whole thing with that was, do you mean that the company that created this story didn't have a boardroom meeting sitting there saying, how can we milk this for everything that it's worth? I got it. Let's market it to little black girls this time. Go.
I mean, you don't want them to do the real story of Little Mermaid. It don't turn out so good.
No. She turns into sea foam and dies, and yeah. That's the one I want to see. I want to see that one.
I just hate the wording of Disney live action movies that are not live action. When it's still CGI as hell, it just happens to be based on a person.
Right.
Like The Lion King called itself live action.
It was not.
And so did The Jungle Book. And it's like, no, the fuck it isn't. You just made the animals look creepy. It looks more like Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, all I saw, like, I watched the trailer from The Little Mermaid, but the flounder was nightmare fuel.
It was.
A real
That's
flounder is
why.
Right.
You see a real
Like, at least have some fun and go that angle then. Make it like The Abyss. Have the submarine on the bottom. Have the angler fish and the creepy shit.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. What Transformers recently dropped?
I didn't catch that yet. That's my next one.
I didn't catch that one
I heard
yet.
rave reviews from everyone who's seen it though, and that's rare. You know it's doing good when you can't name someone complaining about it. That's pretty much how you judge media in America now. Not by who says it's good, by who's not complaining.
Right. It means either it's loved or nobody saw it.
Yeah, right. No. If someone's seen it, if one person's seen it and they think they can get a like by saying how much it sucks, they're going to go for it.
Yes. Yeah,
you're not wrong.
Yeah, they be doing some of these video games and like review bombing, like not understanding the budget of the people that they're judging and stuff like that. Like it gets a little tedious at some point. So I rarely go to the review section first. I'd rather go to somebody I know, that they can tell me about it, because the review section will have you scared to buy anything.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's just like everyone.
Nerd culture has even gotten.
Huh? Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was saying even nerd culture has gotten ahead of it, where like previews we hate stuff just based on news or casting announcements. And I mean, that's not new. They hated on Michael Keaton as Batman before ever seeing anything because he was Mr. Mom. But like that's spun out of control now, where people will hate an entire phase of the MCU because Stark's gone.
But it's not
or
like
because there's a kid in the role.
A popular account won't like it, and that's what they'll latch on to instead of anything of validity.
Yeah. That's what they did with Dungeons and Dragons. Did anybody see that movie?
I didn't. I'm not a movie watcher though, admittedly.
Oh.
If you stream it, because it's on Netflix. Where's it at?
No, it was. Well, I don't know where it is now, but it was.
Oh, it's in the movie. Yeah, I did play the movies. Yeah.
Yeah. But like Rotten Tomatoes, it had like a horrible score. People were saying, "Oh my God, it was stupid." Blah 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 blah. I thought it was pretty good. There was a lot of Easter eggs in there. If you remember, like the original like Saturday morning Dungeons and Dragons cartoon and things like that. But then again, that's one of those.
And not for nothing, that's one of those properties that's impossible to get right because since everyone plays it as an RPG as their own characters, anyone who's played it has their own attachment to it and a completely different experience because it is about world building on your own and characters and the party and this and that. So all you really have is, well, there's dragons and a quest, which is about the most bare bones generic of fantasy or sword and sorcery to really work with there.
It sounds like
it's a miracle they got anything good out of it.
Right then.
I think I saw it mainly because everyone's like, "Oh my God, the Duke is gonna be in there from Bridgerton." He was in the movie for all of like 15 minutes. I will just tell y'all that he was in that movie for like 15 minutes, maybe. And every time he came on screen, I laughed because he was just being so over the top, dramatical, like smoldering. It reminded me of an Old Spice commercial in the middle of the movie. I was like, wait a minute.
That's funny.
What was the last movie y'all saw then? Like, that can't be the only one.
In theaters was Guardians. Ooh.
Okay. I mostly stream stuff now. The last theater, well, I mean, we're gonna talk about that. It was like last year. I wait to stream stuff mostly, because I just don't have a real reason why. I just don't. But
I got 5 kids, and it's like $200 to go to the movies. That's why we about to stream this here right now. Ain't no way. Bring your big purse. We need snacks.
We went to the Dollar Tree and I had my backpack purse and yeah.
Now what do you well, since we did touch on streaming, what are you guys streaming? What have you streamed recently that you thought was worth mentioning?
It's the A.
I watched.
Well, actually, Blaze, you can go first on this.
Oh, I watched the first episode of Secret Invasion last night.
Okay, on Disney Plus. What'd you think?
Yeah, nice to see Samuel L. Jackson back. But I gotta say, as much as I usually love the opening title credits with the animations, especially since they've been kind of mimicking that Netflix style from like Daredevil and stuff, this new one is garbage.
Ooh.
Which is a weird complaint, but it went fully AI animation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it shows. Like, you see Nick Fury with too many fingers, and it tries to do this watercolor blend.
Oh, wow.
And right during the writer's strike about AI, and like, for Disney, home of true hand-drawn animation, to be the ones to be like, fuck it, here's AI to replace all of you.
Yeah,
while they have the issues with the VFX people, it feels like a fuck you from Marvel.
Wow.
Well, they're firing. And speaking of Marvel, well, actually Disney is firing a whole lot of people. If anybody knows about that.
Wow.
Yeah, they're following the HBO Max method because, I mean, not for nothing, Disney is hemorrhaging like $1 billion a year in losses.
Yeah.
And that's before the fight with DeSantis, where they're about to lose all of their special privileges.
Damn. Is the
that
writer,
whole company is floppy right
people
now.
Are involved in? I mean, special effects people are included in the writer's strike.
No, but the VFX artists already had beef with Marvel, and that's part of the reason. A few people already got fired, and they phoned it in bad, like you saw in Love and Thunder, where they did the shot of the kid's face through the portal, and it looked like 90s Animorph.
Wow.
Like PlayStation 1 effects. Wow. Like The Rock in the Mummy movie looked better.
Like, this guy can do it. Just get him in here. We don't need you.
And it's like, these movies make $1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went silent.
Blaze, I think you muted yourself. Blaze, you on mute.
It comes out. Hell.
Uh,
Any luck?
Yep, we hear you again.
Okay.
We got you.
Yeah, I totally forgot what I was saying. Oh well.
Keisha, what about yourself? What's the last thing you streamed that's you'd like to bring up that you can think of? Oh well, you actually mentioned many things throughout the show.
No, she watching the collection again.
I'm watching Rama 1/2. That's on DVD. But what I've been watching for some reason, I'm stuck on between Hulu and Paramount Plus. Like I started watching, and y'all probably gonna laugh at me, but it was the Beavis and Butthead reboot. So I'm watching that, the Clone High reboot. It's like I just got stuck on the reboots, and I'm like, okay, I watched this back in the '90s, and so I guess I'm feeling really nostalgic. Like, oh my god, I'm reliving my youth. Meanwhile, my knees are like, no, you're not.
How's the Clone High?
It's somewhat. It has its funny moments. I will say that it is absolutely ridiculous as far as the storyline goes, but I'm still watching. It's like one of those train wrecks. You can't stop watching.
That's one of those cartoons I love for the sheer randomness. It was almost like Mike Tyson Mysteries from a few years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Just utterly ridiculous, but you've got to watch it through.
Yes. The only thing that I don't like is they didn't fight harder for Gandhi to come back. Because remember, there was the big thing about Gandhi, and like they never even like gave him any explanation why he didn't unthaw with the rest of them. That's the only. I'm like, come on now. You went to the trouble of having a home. Yeah, like they
gave him the Apu treatment.
Yes. They just didn't bring him back or give any explanation. They made a whole song about why they brought the show back, but left out Gandhi. Like, how's G-Spot supposed to rock the G-Spot?
I remember in the original Clone High, Gandhi, his character was like the comic relief, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because Abraham Lincoln was pretty much, the main character. And Abraham Lincoln was kind of just played it straight. And
now he's ridiculous now. He's ridiculous now. He is ridiculous now. Now the straight character is Joan. And I'm like, how though? And y'all just got to watch it. Like, I can't even describe it. But it is that train wreck. But it's well thought out. That's like the bad part about it. It's well thought. Like, they took time and was like, okay, here's what they're going to do. 25 years later, 22 years later, something like that.
Oh, yeah. I'll definitely check it out because I know Will Forte is a funny comedian. So him playing Abraham Lincoln, I already know.
Yeah, he's underrated.
Yeah, he's definitely underrated. Definitely a real funny.
That MacGruber movie was one of the funniest things ever.
I haven't seen MacGruber. I need to stream it. I know,
dude. And you're the SNL guy.
I know. Yeah, you're right.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I know. I got.
They made a good movie. How do you miss them making a good one?
I know, right? Yeah.
You've sat through it, Pat.
Yeah, I sat there and watched all the other ones. So I'm gonna definitely check it. Not even Roxbury. If I could watch that, I could definitely watch that.
Right.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I wonder what it's probably the Peacock or something. Probably.
I don't know. Hopefully, one of your new sponsors.
Yeah.
That would be good.
I want all the sponsors. Shoot, we got yes. Oh yeah.
I got a question.
Oh, go ahead.
I want going back to the writer strike. I read either I read it or I heard somewhere that the whole reason that HBO Max changed their name to Max was so that they don't have to pay the writers or include them, something like that, under the HBO brand.
Oh, wow.
Has anybody else heard that?
I didn't know that till just now.
I mean, I didn't, but it sounds pretty on brand for sleazy CEOs.
Possible.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's possible. Disney cut original content because they didn't want to have to pay royalties to the people that already did the work.
That part, I
including
heard that
like
too.
a Bryan Cranston movie, and like he went up in arms. Like, I did this passion project about like animal conservation. I took pennies on the dollar because the long-term deal, and they just yanked it entirely, so nobody even gets to see the movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't get paid, almost like they did with the Black Widow thing a couple years ago. Like, yanked it but didn't address the deal beforehand.
Yeah, because she was fighting back for more money, so they dropped it off the movie screen and put it on DVD.
Disney are the kings of ask forgiveness, not permission. I mean, hell, they're the reason the copyright laws change every year as soon as Mickey Mouse is up.
Wow.
Yeah, it's time to make a new Hollywood now.
I mean, you see what they do with the names when you don't renew, a la Winnie the Pooh. You see Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Yeah, dude.
I heard about it.
Because they didn't renew the license.
Second best bear movie of the year.
Yeah.
And now it's in the public. Well, it's in the public domain now. Yeah. As long as they change like the smallest thing, like Pooh Bear always has his red shirt on. Isn't this one wearing a flannel?
It's based on the book version. You can't do the Disney tweaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something similar with Sherlock Holmes, where his earliest books are public domain, but not the later ones. So anything personality-wise that came up later is not allowed. Wow. But it was the later books where he showed emotion, because in the first ones he was just very, here's the facts, very autistic-y. Wow. So if you show him and he shows any emotion, it's automatically a breach. Wow. And they'll sue you.
Oh, wow.
See. Dang.
That's something. Hey.
That is something.
Michael Myers show.
Copyright laws are crazy.
They dance around them.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna before we move off to the entertainment. Speaking of streaming platforms, anybody got? I know Mac Novi said he's gonna download it again, but anybody got Tubi?
Yeah,
I do.
What are y'all watching on Tubi? You said you Blaze Blues. You got Tubi as well.
Yeah, I had it for Mike Tyson Mysteries mostly, man. I fucking love that show.
Is it still on there?
Norm Macdonald as Pigeon was killer. They just took it off like last week.
Oh, damn.
But that was hands down one of the funniest shows I've seen in the last few years.
Rest in peace to Norm, too.
Dude. That was a hard loss.
That was my Norm impression.
Man, fun fact, if you ever saw his movie Dirty Work, it was directed by Bob Saget, of all people.
Yep.
Wow.
I remember that. Oh.
Bob Saget.
And it is one of the funniest movies of the 90s. It has every cameo from every comedian you want to see. Adam Sandler plays the devil, Chris Farley with no nose, Gary Coleman in hell, Don Rickles at the theater.
Oh, yeah.
See, now I'm going to have to watch that.
Chevy Chase was in it too. Shit.
And there was a part, Rebecca Romaine played the bearded lady. And she was like, you haven't lived until you've been with a bearded lady. And he was like, note to self, I don't want to live.
Right. Oh, dude, I didn't catch it till I rewatched it about a year ago when he does the commercial at the car lot. The car lot owner is Champ Kind from Anchorman. Dude, that got famous way later.
That's something. Oh, yeah. Well, definitely shout out to all the stuff that's on Tubi. Many of the not many, but there's Tubi producers that work with me. And if you want to work with me too, for all the creatives that's listening, hit me up, info@themediablast.net, and we'll talk. All right. Now, we got our guest, Mac Nova. I appreciate everybody's patience. This went way longer than I thought it would. It's a dope show. It's a lot of clips I'm going to take from this and put it on YouTube, and we're going to go viral. So, yeah. So, if you guys want to see the clips, go to youtube.com/@the official media blast. And also shout out to people that are streaming on Twitch. I can't see y'all because I'm on StreamYard. I don't know how the Twitch part works, but but for anybody that's not still, it's for anybody that wants to follow Twitch, I'll be doing some more retro game streaming over there while I plug things. That's what I do: retro streaming, and plugging clients. So you can go to their stuff and talking shit too. www.twitch.tv/ Oh, it's time to go to bed.
Just add the link like at the bottom of the video. You'll click on it later.
Forgot the link. Exactly. All right. Let's check out the single Smart Boy from Magnova.
Woo!
So give it to me from the top. I'm gonna growl at it a little more. Mama raised a smart boy who thought he would grab rap and keep going. Truthfully, some of them thought that he was probably torn. Had to cultivate my sound like a field of oranges. Now it's time I bear the fruits of my hard labor. Who's bad like a piston will walk on a hater. Told the old Mac, nah, sorry, Nora, see you later. Version 313, and I've tested the beta. Come on! Intelligence over everything. IOE. Lying on mics just for fame. That ain't me. IQ level wise, the game is looking grim. Niggas couldn't hit a shot if I let them hold the rim. Try to spit on my name, but they lack the phlegm. Mad cause my tracks tear them up limb from limb. I just grab my Tiger's hat and adjust my brim. Trying to show these rappers how to rock like grown men. Mama raised a smart boy. Mama raised a smart boy. So smart, took off the two cools and jewels, and underneath he's still a fucking rock boy. Yeah, mama raised a smart boy. Mama raised a smart boy. So smart, took off the cool tools and jewels, and underneath he's still a fucking rock boy. As I pour a tall wine glass of Fago, I ponder philosophical tones about my home like I'm Play-Doh. That's why I always take pride being from the ghetto. It's the way I was raised that make me a rebel. Sometimes the good guy is far from my angel, so the rapper named Magnova does not need an angle. When I scream that I real, know it's not a fable. Getting paid to entertain like I'm Kurt Angle. Grab the beat by the ankle and mangle, rip it off and watch it dangle as the fans scream hey ho. Wave their hands if they say so, maybe donate their pesos. Double my hustle, maybe some acting so they can fandango. I came here to stay home, you can go make it rain though. I'ma fall back and invest in my famo. Traded in my gun for brain power, bro. Why? Cause Miss Curtis taught me so. Mama raised a smart boy. Mama raised a smart boy. So smart, took off the two cools and jewels, and underneath he's still a fucking rock boy. Yeah, mama raised a smart boy. Mama raised a smart boy. So smart, took off the cool tools and jewels, and underneath he's still a fucking rock boy. The enigmatic, thrashing combatics, lyrically acrobatic, pen stroke, fucking fantastic. It's like finger gymnastics. When I spasm with the rapping, I manage to attract hate like Maddox from you bastards. I'm just sitting laughing, focused on lavish mathematics, so I can get my hood niggas out of traffic. I'm gonna teach their asses. You don't even practice, it's tragic. Is that real? Cause I don't think that's how Jordan grabbed it. I hustle, but never glorify a rock stop. Call me lame, but your girl let me game in her Xbox. I rock non-stop to the bass knock, bumping heat rocks on these little snots, all on my jock. Never once complained about my game, whether poor or not. But let me explain, well, I'm everything that you're not. Hey.
Yes. Smart boy.
All right.
Definitely.
Fire, dude.
Thank you. I'm much more aggressive on a microphone than I am in real life.
I feel that.
You growled. It scared me. I was like, wait a minute. What?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Well, Blaze, Kisha, you got any questions for Mac Nova about his music, about what he does, or shoot, even some more nerd stuff? Because I know, getting a little bit of the artist's personality, that you buy more into their brand and you start to feel them a little more, because like, oh man, I know you're a fellow nerd. Definitely checking out the album or the upcoming singles and that. So, yeah, I mean, the floor is yours. Kisha, we actually start with you if you have any things you want to ask or you actually, I can, however you want to talk to them. Yeah.
I'm trying not to ask Mama questions like, what made you growl at the beginning of the song? Like, how old are you? Like, Blaze, go ahead. I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to ask.
Man, I appreciate the hell out of it. It's rare you find somebody that can bring that aggressive energy but be playful with it at the same time.
Yeah.
Like that growl was still fun. And you're one of the few people I've heard do that aside from me. And usually when I do it, it's followed by a burp or something to try to offset it.
Yeah, this is attention grabber.
I love that shit, man.
First 30 seconds. Yeah, dude.
And
trying to lock them in.
And you could tell you get on well with the producer. There's always a difference between the people that shop for them online versus when you work with a producer, when it's made for you with your pocket in mind. Like, there's just something magic that happens, and that's missing in hip hop, man. Like, everybody just gets, feature for this one, and it's cookie cutter albums. Like, you brought your own fucking sound to it, and it was Detroit as fuck. Like, I could hear Obi Trice and Ty Ferris on the remix.
Oh, wow. Those some names right there.
Like, I even heard Obi with, like, something about that guitar reminded me of when he fucked around with, like, the Entourage sample back in the day.
Right. No, Obi's one of my favorite, man, of all time. Same with,
And you had that same, like, it was that aggression but playful. That's something Detroit does so fucking well that is lost in the rest of hip-hop.
Murder, death, kill talk around here, so we're trying to get around that. That's
right, and you remind me of the alternative side of Detroit, where you'd get more of like the, say, Promatic back in the day, a Proof and Dogmatic or some shit.
Oh, you know what you're talking
where it
about.
Doesn't bubble up the same, or even like the underground dudes like Kovacs and them that just have that energy to it with the live show.
I performed with Kovacs a few times. He's nuts.
He is, dude. I met him down in Charlotte, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a fun dude.
Yeah, and I'm all about people who can perform how they sound like. Like, I sound just like that when I rap. Like, I come off.
Right. I could tell you don't do the punch-ins and shit like that. Is something
no lyrics
like
behind my songs when I rap. I'm having a full asthma attack out there. None of that.
Like, I'm old school. Like, if you can't do it in one take, how the fuck do you perform it? Unless you Milli Vanilli it.
Yeah, you already know. I'm from Detroit. You gotta be able to rap in person, or your mama gonna say something. But I have contests by people doing the whole Milli Vanilli thing. So it depends where you at, what arena you in. There's definitely a difference between a hip hop arena and a pop arena.
Indeed, man. Do you ever play with other genres? Since you got the guitarist, do you ever fuck around with like a rock or reggae show or anything?
My last show and my next show, I'm opening up for a rock band. And these are the best shows I've learned, because when I perform with other rappers, the crowd is just rappers and their friends. When I'm performing at a rock show, those people seem like they're coming to listen to music.
Right.
And it shows in the merch sales, it shows in the followers right after the show. People are commenting, I'll never do another showcase full of rappers again after these last ones.
Dude, that's the secret trick though, man. Show up where you're not expected. And just like any good ending of a story, it should be unexpected but inevitable.
Right.
Like by the end of it, you can't imagine the show without you there. Like the best ones I ever did were the rock and reggae shows where it was full bands. Then all of a sudden my dorky ass walks out by myself and they're like, what the fuck are you going to do? Watch. Just watch.
And when
yes.
You're gonna have something to tell your mother when I get done.
Always. Album's a testament to that.
Oh, yeah. I could
Or
definitely.
hell, your mom will have something to tell you after my show.
I could definitely hear you guys collaborating on a song. You know, that would be dope. You know,
this is my full-time job, so anytime you're ready, big fella.
Man, if you do a remix to Smart Boys, if you save me a verse, I'll do some cover art for it.
I got you, big fella. Watch, we gonna work.
Connecting people, that's what we do. Yes, definitely, man. Kisha, I know. Well, since Blaze took the mic, I know you may have had some time to think about it.
It is bedtime, Jonathan.
Sorry, I pulled a Kanye.
We're gonna wrap it up. I see Kisha yawning. I'm having brain farts. It's time to go.
Kisha's old. I'm sorry. I did go to work today. Yeah.
I got kids silently knocking on the door trying to get in. I'm holding back the
Oh.
We're gonna wrap it up. We're definitely wrapping it up. I just want to just in case, Kisha, if you got anything you want to ask right quick. I
don't have anything I want to ask. I enjoyed the song. It was very good.
I get less aggressive too, so just.
Okay. The less aggressive one, I have to find that one.
I got you.
Exactly. Oh yeah, he has the you have a song called Liu Kang.
Black Liu Kang, yeah.
Black Liu Kang, based off the Mortal Kombat character. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
You can't hide the nerd; it leaks out everywhere. I'm trying to keep it in my pocket. But...
Oh yes. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. This was the first. Well, actually, I'm gonna let everybody plug and say some last minute stuff right quick. But I just want to say I'm glad everybody with this came together nicely. The first cave. Am I froze or y'all froze? What's happening?
You froze for a second.
You froze for a second.
Oh, okay. Well, even StreamYard is getting tired. Like y'all but I'm glad we did this panel. Definitely putting our stamp on nerd culture with the cave. Kisha, thank you for being a part of the panel, and thank you for being a great admin, cave group. Shout out to Blaze Belushi. Definitely hold up.
Yeah, keep it still, Blaze. Keep it still. Don't hate on yourself.
Yeah. Definitely. You guys need artwork, get with Blaze Belushi.
There you go. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Kisha, is there any last minute things you want to say? Anything, what do you want to leave us with?
Well, first off, thank you so much, Jonathan, for inviting me. Of course, I love all things nerdy. And this was fun. Next time I'll figure out how to, use my computer. It was so nice meeting you too, Blaze, and
you as well.
Lord. Y'all, this was, you couldn't tell this old lady that, she'd be doing this on a Thursday night. Mac, you are very talented. I can't wait to hear more from you.
Thank you so much for having me. And Samueli, Christopher, they've been in the chat all night. Thank y'all too.
Yes. Oh yes, nerds attracting nerds. It's nerds bringing the nerds out. Yeah, I think I'm the one that put the panel together. I'm probably I don't know a lot of shit. I just know what I know. I know RPGs.
We'll get you up. We'll get you caught up, buddy.
Hey, you know enough to know that you don't know enough. That's a start.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yes. Kisha, was there anything else you wanted to say?
No.
Definitely. Definitely, it was great having you. Blaze Belushi, any last minute things you'd like to say? Any shout outs, plugs, or words?
This was fun. Yeah, follow me on Facebook or Instagram at Blaze Belushi. Lots of cool art, cute animal videos from the rescue I've been working with, and yeah, good stuff, Mac. I look forward to reaching out to you soon and talking
Same
more.
to you, boss. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Mac Nova. Is there anything you want to leave us with? Any plugs, shout outs, comments?
There's a shout out to my manager, Glass City Talent, Deborah Sue. If you're looking for managers and you need something, you got something that needs management, please hit up Deborah Sue on Facebook. Shout out AMG and Sony for holding me. And shout out Rock Salt Media. I think they might get me my first sync deal, and I'm campaigning.
Yes. Definitely. All right. Well, thank you all the listeners or the viewers for watching the show. We're going to be doing more. I'd love to have Kisha and Blaze back if they'll have it. We'll shorten the show. This is our first time doing this. I wouldn't expect it 2 hours, but
next time we gotta do it during the day, like a little earlier.
We'll figure it out. And Mac, although you're a special guest, man, I'd like to have you back on future panels too, because
you know I ain't got nothing better to do. I'll be here.
Definitely. Yeah, I was loving the energy. All right. I ain't gonna plug the MediaBlast.net and Blacktopia.org and all these other things and info at the Media Blast. I'm not gonna plug that. I'm not gonna plug if you guys need some promotion, some marketing, some more publicity, some press releases, some EPK.
Yeah, you would never plug that.
I'm not going to plug that because we got to go. But you need that info at themediablast.net. I'm not plugging it, but info at themediablast.net. And all right. And we're also going to I also want to announce that we're going to be doing some virtual ComicCons too with the C.A.V.E. So we're going to have we're going to be doing that and the C.A.V.E. some events, because I also do events as well. Blaze, of course, knows that. He's performed at some of my way earlier events, way back in the day. Had a lot of good.
I think I'm still banned from one of them.
Blaze with it, man. We cool with that. We cool with
that damn bucket shop.
Oh man, we'll talk about that story one day. The bucket shop. but yes. All right, yeah. You guys don't have to go home, but you got to get off this thing. Good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.